This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
The squirrel kept chasing her around until a guy comes in and kicks it away.
They're intelligent.
Wildlife expert Barbara Bellins-Picone says feeding these animals creates a potentially serious situation.
The squirrel thinks you have food.
She thinks I have food, and she's actually habituated to people feeding her. But this is dangerous because
if you don't have food, she could react in a totally aggressive way.
Jump on me right now.
In New York's Central Park, we found plenty of people handing out food, getting up close to squirrels who have lost their natural fear of humans.
Seen some aggressive ones, but the most of them are really nice.
Kids, you guys should know this. Don't feed the squirrels.
From the ashes of your 5th grade science class's projector that showed all those science films, it's Scraping the Vault. Projector. This is the show where we normally watch straight-to-video Disney sequels, but we've taken a little bit of a detour, and we've watched something different. It's a little movie called Perri. Yes, you might have heard of it before. I'm Dan, and joining me today are from the Supreme Resort. Hold on. The Supreme Resort, Jimmy.
Hey, I watched Perri.
And from Terror Squad, we have Audrey.
That's me. I'm from Terror Squad.
See, there's proof.
Improv at its finest. Yes, and the hell out of that, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And?
Yes.
So oh God. So listener, we're going to peel back the curtain a little bit. So in December for Christmas, I said, we need to watch A Very Brady Christmas, which of course you all listened to and loved. Dan's like, well, then I want a choice. I'm going to choose for Valentine's Day, Perri. And because
it's a love story.
Because it's a love story. And because comedy comes in threes, our next episode will be Atlantis?
No.
I don't remember what I picked, but yeah, it's going to be something I'm going to pick, and it's going to be really awesome, and all you guys are invited to my sleepover.
I gotta remind you, you did say Cats, and I love that.
Oh, right. We have to watch Cats. It's going to be Cats. Cats.
Okay. So, all right. So Brady Brunch for Christmas, Perri for Valentine's Day. What is Cats for? Black
Arbor
History
Day.
Month?
I don't know. Let's see.
Lincoln's birthday.
Lincoln's birthday.
February. March.
Easter.
Okay. Cats are the sign of eternal rebirth.
Or Passover.
Oh.
Passover would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I'd like to pass over that movie if I may.
Yes, it is a plague.
Yeah.
One of God's 10 plagues he brought upon the Egyptians. That's what we'll do.
Meow meow, I bring you ringworm.
Meow meow, let my people go to the litter box.
Let my people meow. Oh, I'm actually excited about this now.
More excited than talking about Perri, which is the best movie ever.
Oh my God.
So before we go any further,
oh God.
Just like Jimmy with Very Brady Christmas, I genuinely love this movie. I'm aware that it's the movie that it is, and that's also why I love it. Not ironically, but there's a sprinkling of irony on the love.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this incredibly seriously.
I guess I'll just split the difference and be the person right in the middle. Realist, I suppose.
Well, this movie did come out in 1957.
1957.
I had an IT guy out here working on my computer for most of the day. So let's see how prepared I am.
Something that didn't exist in 1957.
Darn right. So let's see. In 1957, the cost of living, yearly inflation rate in the USA was 3.34%. In the UK, it was 3.3%. The average cost of a new house was $12,220.
Okay.
Average monthly rent was $90.
Stop.
Oh, but there's more.
Wait.
The average yearly wages was $4,550.
Oh, and how?
So you could afford to buy a new house in only 3 years if you were smart and put away all those pennies. Speaking of pennies, the cost of a gallon of gas was 24 cents.
Boy, howdy.
Bacon was only 60 cents per pound.
Hot dog.
That was just almost 3 times as much as gas. So
Gee
nobody
whiz.
was shoving bacon into their gas tanks because that would have caused a fire. Eggs per dozen was 28 cents. A hi-fi portable record player was $79.95, but worth every penny. Children's shoes were $5.95. Children were just a little bit more. Oh.
You cad.
Let's see what else happened. 1957 saw the continued growth of bigger, taller tail fins on new cars and more lights, bigger with more powerful engines, and an average car sold for $2,749.
Gee
That's
whiz.
just about 50 children. The Soviet Union launched the first space satellite, Sputnik 1. Those commies. Movies included 12 Angry Men and The Bridge Over the River Kwai, and TV showed Perry Mason and Maverick for
Speaking
the
of
first
Perry.
time. Mhm.
No.
It was spelled with a Y. You
You dumb bitch.
I was trying to think of what to say there. For the first time, music continued to be rock and roll with artists like Little Richard. He wasn't so little. That was just a name for him. He was actually a regular-sized person.
No.
The popular toys were slinkies and hula hoops. The continued growth of the use of credit was shown by the fact that 2/3 of all new cars were bought on credit. Some of the areas that would cause problems later were starting to show. South Vietnam is attacked by the Viet Cong guerrillas. Oh, those nasty apes. And troops are sent to Arkansas to enforce anti-segregation laws. I'm going to refrain making a joke about that.
What a time to be alive.
Unless you're a woman.
I'm glad I'm not.
Oh boy, we're gonna regret all that, aren't we?
And it's fair to say, Dan, that this is the only film that will be reviewed on this list of Disney movies where Walt Disney was actually alive.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows how long this show will go?
That's true.
Or how many folds in the concept we'll have. I'm not gonna lie, I don't miss the straight to video sequels.
They're coming back in a big way in March, baby.
Yeah, let's get back to business. We're straight to video movie reviews people, and what are we doing faffing around with a true to life fantasy? What are we doing?
Mm-hmm. We're having a great time.
That's very true. I am having fun.
You know, this movie is fantastic. I love it. I don't have a trailer, but I do have a song by Jimmy Dodd of Mickey Mouse Club fame singing Perri. And this was an actual song released on an actual record that you could buy a record player for only $79.95.
Oh my God.
Right?
I thought it was going to be about Perri Mason.
No, this is the thing. I don't know what the deal is with this movie. I mean, this is part of what makes me so fascinated by this movie is it had a presence. It wasn't just like, here's some weird movie that we put out. It's like, we're going to put out records. We're going to put out, I mean, Jimmy Dodd. I mean, sure, he was tied to the, basically
Mickey Mouse
slave
Club.
trader sort of contractual obligation.
I mean, I guess when you look at it in the same way that March of the Penguins had a big deal, I guess that makes a little sense, right?
You mean the one with
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
Except for they didn't make one of the penguins a heroine and oh, here's her hero.
Well,
sorry,
so
that
what
came out weird.
What I'm hearing you say is that if you like March of the Penguins, the Academy Award winning film, then you will love Perri.
And if you don't, your cat definitely will.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, your cat. How did your cat do?
She sat on my lap for about 15 minutes watching with me, and it was super cute. And it made it it was like a 4D movie, when they blow that puff of air at your neck.
Ooh.
Well, I was watching furry, fluffy animals while touching a furry, fluffy animal in real life. It was pretty spectacular. Yes, it was. And then she jumped off. She doesn't sit on my lap all that often, but if I've got the right pillow, she'll be like, that's the pillow that I sit on.
I would like to offer a classic retelling of this fabled tale. This is Walt Disney Presents A True Life Fantasy, Perri, or How Perri Got Her Groove Back.
Written by this film is, so I have some.
Written by nature.
It's written by Felix Salten.
It was based off of a book.
Yeah. And this is the same author that did Bambi, A Life in the Woods.
Spoilers.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's I have trivia for you at the end.
Oh, great.
Did you guys? Well, I wrote what I thought the movie was going to be about. Did you guys do that too?
Please do.
God.
Okay.
Please.
Perri, a plucky young squirrel, has big ideas for the forest. So it'd just be kind of like Parks and Rec with squirrels and forest animals, or Tom Goes to the Mayor with squirrels and forest animals.
Does Porro become like a heartthrob and get in all the Avengers movies?
Yes, of course. He goes from a pleasantly plump squirrel to a massively ripped squirrel and then disappears. And then we see him as the star of, blam, rocket ship, which is my favorite Marvel movie.
Guardians of Wildwood Heart. All right.
Yeah,
ready to get into this?
I way back when I originally saw this movie, I thought it was going to be just another one of those wacky Disney animal movies, like the ones with the bears who get into all sorts of hijinks in the Yellowstone, which was a fantastic movie, by the way. And one of them drives the boat, and it's just all sorts of hijinks. And this movie was suggested to me by my friend Winslow, and we both were enthralled. And his wife, my friend Caitlin, could not stay in the room because it was too intense. And my jaw, this was about the time that we started making Supreme Resort, and my jaw was on the floor. I was just like, oh, this movie is very serious. And it has very heightened language.
I really wish I could have watched this with people in the room, because what you're describing sounds like it sounds like a blast. But, here's the dirty truth about this podcast. I'm sitting at my kitchen table with a notepad on my computer because I don't have
our Scraping the Vault studio.
Yeah, in my apartment, and I just took the trash out, but that was this morning, not last night when I watched the movie.
In our studio.
It smells a little bit like banana peels
Burbank,
and like a steak bone.
Where we all...
Because I had steak the other night. It was a pretty good steak. But
to record together.
So yeah, and then I don't really use my TV. I use my laptop, which is tiny.
Jason.
But lately, I've been plugging my headphones in, so
get the keys to the
so
studio that we own.
The sound is a little bit better these days because I was watching it just on the speakers.
We say to Jason,
and that's no good.
Stay out of our studio. You stay in your studio because we own it.
I too thought it was going to be like the Yellowstone Bears, where the narration was based on like that they just made the animals do a bunch of stuff and then they wrote narration around it.
Yeah.
And I still don't know it because outside of the dream sequence, which of course was spoilers.
That's the beauty of documentaries is you can film whatever the hell you want and then in the cutting room decide is this going to be like the movie Carrie but with squirrels and we're going to call it Perri, or is it going to be what it is, which that's what it turned out.
The lack of gags in this movie is it's somewhere between baffling and refreshing.
Yeah, although to your point, Audrey, that part where the bobcat is coming after Perri and she vomits all that blood.
Yeah, I love that part.
Yeah.
And then there's like the mom and
Mom doesn't get a name.
No,
there's only two. But I guess there's just two named characters in this, right? Is
Dear
everything
Perri.
else? Well, and they call the deer Bambi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it takes place in the same universe.
This does not pass the Bechdel test
in the Bambiverse. So before we go forward, I got to. So here's, and I'm not joking. This is why I love this movie. Okay, and I'm going to present this to you, and I think that you might be able to kind of get on board. Maybe not love it as much as I do, but you'll at least see that like. Okay, I get this. So to me, this movie is pure, uncut, pre-World's Fair Disney. It's melodramatic. It's boring. It was probably very expensive. It's most likely based on reality, but also clearly not. It's irresponsible. It's probably made by a bunch of drunks, and it's completely ambitious. It's like the language and the narration, which I'm really glad Jimmy has, is so over the top that there's no question that this is that era of Disney. This is like anyone who wants to go to original Disneyland and ride like the flying saucers that never worked. This is that experience in movie form.
And people made awesome.
It. Yes. It is absolutely like Kaiser Hall of Aluminum kind of energy. And it's fantastic.
You know what?
Epcot Center were a movie, it would like early Epcot Center. It would be this movie.
You know what, Dan? You nailed it.
100%.
Right? You absolutely nailed it.
I'm so excited right now. I'm like, yeah, let's watch it. Let's go. This sounds great. And yeah.
So
there's
that's
also. Sorry, I was just gonna mention. There's cute baby animals in it.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone wins.
There's cute baby animals in it. They're everywhere. I drew so many hearts in my notes. Just babies. So cute. They're all fluffy. And then, oh, baby fluff. Heart.
It's like you watch it, and like if you watch it and you were like, this is just some movie that was made by some randos, you'd be like, this is whatever. But they're like, no, this was a Disney passion project by somebody, and like everything matters, even though nothing matters. And you need to like really, someone was taking this very, very seriously. And if you watch it with those eyes, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
So
take us away, Jimmy.
It's evening. We open with a quote from Ecclesiastes the Third.
That's a weird way to open Star Wars.
This is Carrie.
The dead speak.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. These words of truth are nature's basic law, and you shall be the witness. Come with us now to watch with awe the the grandeur of her seasons change, and marvel at the wondrous ways that she has arranged a time for everything. On yonder mountain breaks the day, and dew begins a time of beauty and
I need to note here that Jimmy, you're doing an excellent job. But
very good.
The way that their narration is read in the movie is, that narrator voice from the nature documentaries that you are used to from. It's the same person who used to say like clever things about the bears from the very bears we're talking about. Yeah. And those bears got into a lot of trouble.
It's kind of clipped and weird and peppy, and
it's super dry, which is like what makes the comedy funny. It's like, oh no, look what they're doing.
But wait, over here.
These words of truth on nature's basic law, and you shall be the witness.
Come too much emotion into it. I'm not saying you should change. I'm just
we'll see. We'll play with it. Yeah, for the listener, it's a little drier. I'm just trying to sauce it up a little bit because this is a love story.
It is a love story.
So the sun then rises as the song Break of Day plays, and just to give you a little bit of sense, as the music plays, we see various nature scenes, and everything that's happening in the song happens on screen. It harkens new beginnings. All the lyrics are reflected on screen like the morning dew. We see morning dew. The babbling brook. We see a babbling brook. We should absolutely do a sound play. At the end of the song, we pan across a secret garden. Oh, God.
What are you doing over there, Dan?
Those community sound effects, but I did the wrong thing.
What was it? Audrey, don't we have pat our legs?
Oh, to make a rainstorm.
Yeah. We'll do that later. At the end of the song, we pan across.
Put on your 3D glasses now.
3D
podcast headphones.
These are actually safety glasses, so you don't get hurt by the flying shards of glass from the display we're about to do.
Oh my God.
So at the end of the song, we pan across a secret garden just beyond the Beaver's Dam. And so full born a day in spring, and we have come on morning's wings upon a secret garden just beyond the beaver pond it lies. We call it Wildwood Heart, and this shall be the setting for our play. Our plot is nature's own, our theme. The endless stream of life that is this time of spring finds new beginnings everywhere.
Babies.
And yes, we see various young creatures being tended by their mothers.
And various animal sounds that may or may not match the animals that
they don't match the animals at all. That's what. Oh God, I can't handle nature documentaries for that reason. They always bug me.
Well, I like the foxes.
They were all barking.
Yeah, or like there's a frog underwater at one point, and it was still ribbiting.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like the frog goes, "Ribbit, I am a frog."
Hello, this is the sound a frog makes. Splash.
Like bud. Why?
It's it's very 1957. That's all.
Mm-hmm. And there are many wonders here in Wildwood Heart. Each plays its part in nature's plan. The miracle of mother love, a vital force that even in the savage breast protects the young until their age of helplessness has passed. And by the way, savage breast, that's a cheetah. They're showing a cheetah when their savage breast even helps protect. And nature's greatest gift is here, a warm and precious thing, the deep compelling urge of kind for kind from which all life must spring.
This is a movie for children.
Yes. Oh, just wait. But now the mating season, the time of together.
Yeah. But the song isn't until later, right?
No, it's the end.
Okay.
The time of together has come and gone, still between the red fox and his vixen.
Okay.
There is a bond.
This movie is very clear that monogamy is nature's way. Yes. Lest you have any other ideas about this.
Yeah.
First person you touch, tag your it, you're getting married.
Yeah. Yep.
But not the pine squirrel, Daniel. So, here we go. Still between the red fox and his vixen, there is a bond that holds them close in a close companionship. So shall they stay through all of their life. For this is nature's way.
Yes.
But
don't you forget it.
But nature's mating ways are sometimes strange. In her treetop world, she has arranged the very opposite design. The pine squirrel, or nature's whore, once his mating time has passed, lives out a life of bachelorhood inside a rugged nest of bark and grass, and yet he always keeps a watchful eye on a pine tree snag nearby. His mate and all her tiny brood live here, but one is more precocious than the rest. Always first to mother's breast. This is Perri, and this is her story. Now we meet Perri, first to mother's breast, continuing the long line of Disney heroines without a parent.
Right? So here's my argument for Perri is a Disney princess. Mm-hmm. She comes from a broken home, just like every proper Disney princess. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's all you need.
I like that. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. And she fends for herself.
She's a badass.
Spoiling anything. But, she makes a life of her own. And then she
has
finds a prince.
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Many things try to eat her.
She has to marry. Mm-hmm. She's got to have kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's nature's way.
That's nature's way.
It begins with those first awarenesses that nature gives the very young, the taste of milk, her mother's furry warmth, and in a bed of pungent cedar bark, a time of perfect peace.
Oh, a time of...
Mm-hmm.
But Perri's mother knows none of these. She leads a hectic life of eat and run. To feed her young, she must herself be fed. And it's odd but true.
She washes clothes from the giant factory for all the rich people in town.
That's right. And it's odd but true, she can change to mother's milk, even the deadly tissue of the toadstool. This time of hunting is a necessary time for all.
Oh my God.
The mother marten, with her young to feed, is driven by a constant need of flesh and blood. Right. She must make many kills today, and the pine squirrel is her natural prey.
And the marten is like, it's 0 to 60. Where it's just like, and now death.
And here are the stage directions: chirping, snarling, cawing, chirps, and snarling.
Wait. Do that again, but give us a second to respond to
Okay, hold on. She must make many kills today, and the pine squirrel and her natural prey. Chirping. Snarling. Cawing. Chirps.
Tweep.
Snarling. You guys should really be looking at my notes. It'd be a lot easier.
Yay.
The raven. Go ahead.
Oh, God. I just wanted to mention that, the way that the narrator talks sometimes makes me think of those dumbass Facebook posts where it's just like, the beauty of life is around us all, and we must open our eyes and see it in the fall. And then you're like, why did you post that? What's the point?
Got it from Perri.
Yeah.
The narrator is like a series of very almost impenetrably intelligent Hallmark cards where it's like this journal of okay, I get it, you want me to enjoy my retirement, but this is taking pages.
Yeah, get to it already.
Just get well soon, we'll be fine.
So the raven's wild alarm is heard by Perri's father. And there's some squealing. And then there's some marten growls.
I'm gonna eat you.
Perri's father, moved by some ancient instinct, stronger than the fear within his breast, sets out to lure the marten from the mother's nest. Some chattering. Snarling.
What's up?
Squawking. Squirrel squealing.
This guy did this thing.
A life is lost, but not in vain. The marten now can feed her young, but she will return to Perri's nest again.
It's a dog world out there, folks. You know, it's like survival of the fittest. And
Did you say doggy dog?
Yeah, because I know it's dog eat dog, but you know, that's fun to say doggy dog because it doesn't make any sense.
It is. And I think that this is the point where Caitlin had to leave. Because
this is like 4 minutes in.
Scene is intense. This scene is so intense. And it's like
she couldn't watch the animals dying.
Well, it's just the entire forest is like an alarm system because this one squirrel is getting chased down by a marten. It's something they see every day, but they crank it up to 11, where it's just like every possible bird, like basically they come. It's so dramatic that you almost see like Smokey the Forest Ranger like put down his cigar and be like, oh.
Lock and load, boys. We're going out.
So basically what's happened, for those of you following along at home, is the marten ate one of the mother squirrel's babies. And the mother squirrel's like, I need to find somewhere else. So she then sees the father's nest and she's like, I'm taking that place. So
because the marten eats the dad.
Oh, is it the dad?
Yeah, he's
this is even more. Oh, I'm reading this then.
Yeah.
And so the mother squirrel needs another hiding place. Good. The father's nest.
Yep.
Hey, you know.
I didn't realize it was the dad. Inside their hollowed chambered stump, the marten's morsel is already gone.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're kind of like the marten. First of all, it's implied kind of, at least in my heart, that the marten is a bad parent. And that
it's very judgmental of the marten. The marten's just out there living its life, you know.
And it has some hard times though. This marten has some difficult times throughout. Falls in the water a lot.
Yeah, it's wacky. And then like the martens are kind of portrayed as like the family from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where it's like just nothing but constant chaos and fighting.
That's true. And now the mother squirrel's borrowed time grows very short. And there's some squirrels chirping. Now all the babies have been moved but one, Perri.
Apparently, she's the least favorite.
No, I think mom's like, look, you're Perri, you're awesome, you're a Disney princess, you can handle this. Like, I'm going to take care of your dumb siblings first. They can't do anything. But you're special. You're the chosen one. If this were another kind of movie. And so you just hang out, you fend for yourself. You're good. We're going to get you a nice man.
That's right.
Then no squirrel daughter will be a spinster of mine.
No squirrel of mine.
No squirrel.
End up with a red-nosed reindeer. But the dad has been eaten. So.
Oh, right. Well, there goes that father figure.
I've been eaten. No.
So then we see Perri's hasn't moved yet. Then there's some squealing and some snarls. It's a narrow mitt, but this is not the end. Death is still as very near.
That's the big takeaway from the movie. I wrote that at the top of the page here. It's just like, that's the button on the whole thing. Death still is very near. That's life.
I think the movie wants to kill everybody.
Well, that's nature. Nature, everybody knows nature is just out to kill at all times. Now, how will nature tip the scale? Will life or death prevail? Two mothers, each with a need. Which one will succeed?
And one more gray.
One more blue, one more gray.
That's right.
Because the thing is, this is the tale of two mothers, the mother squirrel and the mother marten. Which one's going to win?
Mothers are in constant competition with each other, always. Your competition.
The distant cry that makes the marten turn away comes from her nesting place. A mother raccoon has happened by, and now the marten's babies are in peril.
Yeah, it's like that. It's just like a chain of small fish getting eaten by bigger fish getting eaten by bigger
There's
fish.
always a bigger fish.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like toddlers and tiaras, except it's like acorns and rabbits.
Mm-hmm. Acorns and chestnuts.
And I realize that this isn't like right or good science of me or whatever, but I love how stupid the raccoons look. They look,
oh my God,
they just look like big dummies.
They're so cute.
Wonderful.
Look at their
They're
big
really
round bums.
And I guess raccoons, like their eyesight's really bad, so it's like it's fun to forget that you know that while you watch them.
Oh, they're so cute and fluffy.
Like, as they're feeling things out with their hands to be like, dude, it's right in front of you. It's like, but that's me.
Which
I got
really
scared
lends
by.
Yeah, go ahead, Audrey.
I was just going to tell a dumb story about how a raccoon spooked me at summer camp. They make a terrifying noise. They're
and they have that
little
bandit
demons.
mask.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was leaving the cabin to go use the bathroom because there was like a bathroom separate from the cabin. And anyway, it was on a hill, and I was coming back from the bathroom, and I had my like flashlight in my hand, and I was swinging it around, and I caught underneath the cabin a bunch of glowing eyes, and I was like, "Oh, that's ominous." So then I get to the stairs on my way up to the cabin, and they were growling, and one darted out in front of me on the stairs, and I screamed and dropped my flashlight and ran in my bed. The end.
The end. Well, I think that all of what you're saying paints a beautiful picture for the next line of narration, which is, although the marten works a miracle, it's all a waste of time, for the raccoon can't solve the riddle of this tantalizing stump, and much annoyed, she ambles on her way in search of less perplexing prey, but finds instead another prickly problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a porcupine.
So what I love about Disney nature documentaries is they almost always have a wacky hijink with a porcupine, a skunk, and they do something to make the beavers look like idiots.
Check.
And it's almost like these are the parrot sketches of Disney nature, like where it's just like, do the porcupine bit.
Yep. One moment I liked at the end, skipping to the end real quick, with the fire, which, by the way, the Disney nature crew absolutely set.
another elemental danger.
They 100% lit that fire. By the way,
They lit the fire. Do you think they had studio lights out there with them? Because some of the stuff, some of the like, I don't know. I was watching and I was like, this looks like they just put a bunch of animals that they know they're going to eat each other into like a enclosed space, but made it look like outdoors.
So look, that would be irresponsible. And if we know anything about the Walt Disney Company in 1957, it's that they were
ethics and responsibility,
ethical, totally non-racist, and very, very much aware of animal cruelty problems, and no squirrels were thrown from any high structures throughout the making of this movie. And if they most likely landed safely.
And they were asking for it.
Yeah, probably. They shouldn't have been dressed like that. So, but what I was going to say is, as the forest is on fire, all the animals are just kind of like cuddling up on each other, like prey and predator, and they're all just loving on each other.
The sad little kitty on the wet branch with the squirrel.
Yeah, and the little squirrel's laying on its back. Aww.
And then the studio bosses said, set it ablaze.
Little kidder.
So our movie could be made.
Maybe.
Yeah. This may be the thesis statement of this film. Are you ready? We cut back to Perri. From the haven of her father's nest, Perri looks upon the world below, and as we watch with her, we too shall see with nature's eye this time of hunting that shall go quickly by. Of course, we must abandon all emotion, all distress, and realize that death is just a necessary end. This is the perfect plan that nature has contrived. Some must die that others may survive.
Wow. Yeah.
And we have some foxes barking.
Arf, arf.
And we have some growls, caws, and yelping.
Yelp. This restaurant
5 stars.
gets 1 star.
This does seem like a really good restaurant. This,
no napkin holders.
You guys, that was the first thing I wrote down. Is like, this movie needs to be playing in the background of some hipster campfire camping themed bar.
Yes.
You know, like we play only squirrel documentaries. Oh, and also here's a cocktail with some charred rosemary in it. So
hey, let's not give away the drink of this show.
You're right. My bad.
I really do think, though, that this movie was like, because if you look at the timing of it, it's 1957, right? So Walt Disney, he's just opening up Disneyland. Almost forgot the name of the place that I talked so much about. And I think, so the narrator is also the producer, and it's the same narrator that has been in a lot of different things. I suspect, and I don't have anything to back this up, but I suspect that he basically approached like Roy, and he was like, now that Walt is doing this other thing, why don't I make nature sing? Because I imagine that he always spoke in rhyme.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he was like, there's this book I've always wanted to make a movie out of. Won't you find the love? And Roy's like, oh, sure, whatever. Just here. How much do you need? What? That much? The reason I think that I think Walt did not have his hands on this at all.
You don't think so?
I don't think he did, because I think it was definitely the Walt Disney Company ethos of like, we're going to make this high quality. We're going to, we're going to ramp it up as much as we can. So these are Disney people making this, but I think this is a passion project. And the reason one of the main things that I have to point to is that there are 0 gags. And I think if Walt Disney were involved, he wouldn't have been able to help himself. There would have been at least one moment of like, this busy as a beaver or something, just something stupid. Yeah,
that's true. Like anything in Nature's Wonderland, the ride or whatever.
Yeah.
Babbling Brook, they're twin sisters because they're always babbling.
Blah, blah,
like
blah.
There would have been some weird like 1950s in-law joke or a joke about marriage or something, but there's none of that.
That is true. And it's Winston Hibbler, who is the narrator, also written by, based on the novel Felix Salten. Or he wrote the novel, who wrote Bambi. Okay. The wildcat doesn't care to face the mother fox inside her den. It's true the rabbit is a small reward, but then at least she got this prey the easy way. And there's some mewing. To keep her world in balance, nature has decreed that in this time of hunting, death shall take many forms. The beaver kills the living aspen tree and dines upon its flesh. From the bare, bleak skeleton that remains, he fashions and maintains his dam.
And the beaver...
Did you guys ever read the book Bunnicula?
I don't read.
Caligula?
Bunnicula?
No.
Okay, one more time. Bunnicula. No?
No.
Okay. Well, it's about this. It's about a vampire rabbit. And I don't know. I thought of that when they were talking about the beaver dining on the tree flesh. Because how silly is that? Bunnicula is a rabbit that drains the blood, quote unquote, blood from vegetables. So this family is like
a Dracula, but it's a bunny.
Yes. So the family's like, why is this carrot white? What happened to it? And then they realize the rabbit is a vampire.
I'm sorry. I need to take a little sidebar here from that because I've been reminded of a time that I worked at a movie theater, and I was working at the ticket counter selling tickets, and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was playing.
I saw that in theater.
And somebody came up and he asked, "What's Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer about?" And I just looked at him very, just as seriously as I could, and I said, "It's a documentary about one of our presidents and how he would go around and hunt vampires." And they said, "Okay, give me a ticket."
Wow.
Oh my God.
Did they find you at the end?
Nope.
You were spot on. That's exactly what it was about.
Yeah, no, and it's first of all, it's in the title. The plot is in the title, and second,
like Perri.
That's it. Like, I'm just thinking you're gonna. It may as well be a documentary to this person.
Sure.
Yeah. And I love the beaver's crazy eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the beavers are cute.
The beavers are fantastic, and like the little beaver child, who, you know, since it's working, we can assume it's a son. And
beaver. He's chomping on a little piece of grass.
Oh yeah, just one his size.
He can't eat a big tree yet.
They're super compulsive. They have no choice. This is what they must do because the voices in their head give them other option.
Tells them what to do. You got to chew on this one because it's just your size.
Yep.
Here was one of the first moments of this film that I enjoyed and started questioning editing. All through the day in Wildwood Heart, the search for food continues everywhere. The sapsucker feeds her young on grubs and worms, and in her daily round, she demonstrates how life or death will sometimes turn upon the merest quirk of fate. Her busy rapping wakes a flying squirrel. It's not disturbed. He never flies except by night, but now by day. The goshawk waits with swifter wings to end this brief, untimely flight, a time of hunting and then a time of peace. Now, with the fall of night, nature brings this precious gift of sleep.
Yo, what up, my nocturnal friends? Time to get lit.
And then there's the song.
Yes. There is the song. Now to sleep, now to rest, while the soft night descending covers all, great and small, till a new day is born. Deep in the shadow, dreaming away, soon you'll forget all the cares of the day.
There was a skunk pile.
Yeah. Oh.
And then you'll wake up and everything's going to try to eat you again.
That's right.
Baby.
Go to sleep, slumber deep. Let the soft night enfold you. Mother's near, never fear. She will keep you from harm. Lulled by the night wind, close to her breast. They say breast a lot in this movie.
They
now,
really do.
Peacefully, lovingly,
close
tenderly
to
rest. Titties on display. Lulled by the night wind, close to her titties. Now, peacefully, lovingly, tenderly rest.
Mother's tit is full of milk right next. I can't even.
Well, I guess that wasn't the part.
Those weird studio people won't taunt you tomorrow. Oh wait, yes they will.
I thought this was the part where she tried to be like the flying squirrel and she like falls 400 feet.
No, that's later.
Probably.
That's later.
In Wildwood Heart, the medley of birds ushers in another day of spring, and with it comes the time of learning. For Perri, lesson number 1 is purely elementary. She will simply learn to walk along the branches of a tree. Mother with a tasty tidbit, probably her tits, is the lure.
Wait, hold on. That's just that line is really great. Mother with a tasty tidbit is the lure. Like, it's so fun it tumbles right around in your mouth when you say it. And also it sounds really silly.
With a tasty tidbit is the lure. Bravely, Perri starts. And then she's not so sure. She didn't know she'd have to cross the unknown world of far below. Still, hunger is a strong incentive, and so, despite what seems to be a warning from her brother, Perri once again sets out for food.
Right, she's her own squirrel. She doesn't listen to her
food
stupid
and mother.
siblings. She's
Her
like,
lame
look,
brother.
I got this. I'm like Mulan.
Then there's some chirping, squeals, and squealing.
Chirp, squeal. Meh.
Mother's coaxing. Oh, are you doing it again, Dan? Mother's coaxing starts another scholar on his way, but he'll never reach the head of the class. He'll be lucky to even pass.
SATs are really hard.
Well, it's a rather shaky start, but if she puts her heart in it, keeps up the fight, she'll get the hang of it all right.
I do enjoy the moments in the rhyme scheme where you can kind of feel whoever wrote it go like, they're not gonna notice. Like, it's like
I'm trying to accentuate it as much as possible.
Right. It's like, I mean, come on. It's the whole movie. Like, they're not. We can let a couple of them go, right?
I honestly did not realize it was rhyming until after I read the Wikipedia article about it.
Yeah. You still, even after listening to me, probably don't know it.
I mean, I'm hearing some of the rhymes, but like it's not like it's not like, you know, the Pokemon theme where it rhymes every other line.
I think maybe it goes to like iambic, and then it goes to prose, and then it goes to like haikus, like this one. All of this the young raccoons have watched with awe, but they must get their tree legs too. And so, as Perri takes her turn upon the judgment seat, one stout heart sets out headlong to duplicate her feet.
But by the way, you bring up something that's interesting. Until this movie becomes the cult classic that it should be, and I really do mean that, it should be a cult classic. Anyone, kids, if you're listening, I know we have a lot of kids who listen to this show because it's perfect for their attention span and their interest level. I think if you're taking a poetry class, or if you need to like turn in a poem for any sort of class at all, just copy it from Perri. Nobody will know.
Nobody will know.
Good point.
And this, look, I'm a teacher. You have my permission.
So this is the part with the raccoons. Okay. And this is
baby raccoons.
Yeah. So the brother would like to lend a helping hand, but in this kind of test, you're on your own. You just dig in, hang on, and try to do your best. And if, alas, you just haven't got the answers, there's only one thing left to do: drop out of class. And that's when the raccoon falls to his death.
No, he lives. He lives. But
he falls to the forest floor. That's drop out of class.
I feel we see drop lives. Is that because...
That's true. He could have landed on a rock, which, by the way, all look fake in this movie. And I know one of us here is a fake rock expert.
Two of them.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that, you know, I felt really seen by the squirrels learning how to climb, because that's basically what I look like when I'm trying to climb. I just fall off all the time. I suck at
Of your bed or a tree?
Of like rocks and, you know, climbing gym.
So,
yeah,
continuing theme. Raccoon falls to the floor. This mishap could have become a tragedy, for predators are always near, but so is Mother. She knows by instinct that survival of her young depends upon her watchfulness and tender care.
Hey, Steve, this baby raccoon looks like it's about to fall. Get the camera. Come on, hurry. Get up.
Predators are always near. Now, that's the end of Act 1, by the way.
Throw a rock at it.
Margarine on the branch.
It said the predators are always near. Predators could be the camera crew.
Oh, they were.
We are. We're apex predators.
That's right.
I need to be clear. One part of my love for this movie is entirely based on me being willing to ignore how it was made. 100%.
I was
if I
into it, man.
Any of that for any amount of time, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's true. But I got into it. Like I mean, again, I think I took away from it afterwards. But while I'm watching, I was like, how did they get that squirrel how did they capture that moment with that squirrel going into that little thing? And then, somebody's already in there. I better go to the next one.
I think it's because they filmed a whole bunch of different squirrels and then just lied to us and made us believe that they were all the same squirrel named Perri.
How dare you? You turn off your microphone right now.
I won't.
So that was the end of Act 1. There are 4 acts in this play.
Ugh. So this is a slow movie. It's a little slow.
Oh, it's going to go faster because the rest of the seasons go real quick. That was just spring. As late spring turns to early summer.
Wait, hold on.
What?
I just wanted to mention there was a scene with baby kittens pouncing around. It was so cute. Oh my god, they're so fluffy.
Oh, and the little baby fox that gets a crayfish on its
baby fox.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Crayfish
Just you wait, everybody.
They're so cute.
So
this is the beaver.
Audrey, Audrey, just to be clear, a 9-man camera crew led by Paul Kenworthy and Ralph Wright shot Perri in Utah's
I thought it looked familiar.
Uinta National Forest and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So there's
Nowhere near
no way. It's clear that at no point did they say, they kind of all look the same, these squirrels. Let's just film squirrels.
Yeah, they're probably about 800 miles apart from each other.
Oh my God.
Yes.
As late spring turns to early summer, the time of learning still goes on. Down at the beaver pond, the beaver Kit is on his way to school. As a rule, it's mother who supplies the transportation here, while father, as the chief construction engineer, provides the object lesson. The subject for today is logging, and everything that father does, baby beaver tries on something more his size.
Baby beaver.
And
It's a little
honestly,
quick.
every time I watch this movie, there's a part of my brain that, like, I don't want to say it's like the cartoons where you actually see these things, but it may as well be. It's as close as can happen, like a little hard hat and a little lunch pail on the father beaver.
Totally. Yeah.
Every time.
Do you think they also covered logarithmic scales?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You ready for this? In beaver school, even scratching is catching. Beaver scratching, get it?
Oh God! I don't think that's what we're implying.
That's not what I meant. Oh, okay. Even scratching is catching, like it's some kind of yeast infection.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Winston Hibbler was aware of that even being a thing.
Well, when nature's way is the way to go, you don't have to worry about catching anything from a different sexual partner.
Eat your cornflakes every day.
Crabs, don't worry about them.
Animals, unlike people, don't need to punish themselves with flagellation in order to be straight with God.
Nature is God here.
Oh, I think this is your cat part. Nature teaches many special skills and arts, and at the Wildcat's Den, a primary course for predators is just about to start. And yes, there's meowing. Go ahead.
Straight up kitty cat meowing.
Mm-hmm. The lesson for today will be how to lie in wait. You remember this part? And pounce upon your prey. And the mommy was like teaching the little baby how to pounce.
Oh, they're so cute.
There's mewling and growling. The other students, having learned by observation all a kitten needs to know, now sally forth a-hunting they will go. And this is where a frog croaks in the water. This fellow's tricky. Looks pretty dangerous, too. More than that, he's awful soft and sort of sticky. And then there's croaking in the water.
I'm dead.
It's the instinct of the predator to quell the flow of life.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what they're after.
That's right. And so
I want to kill everything dead. Because
I'm a predator. That's what I do.
That's what I do. I have chosen this.
That's the instincts. Quell the flow of life. And so these youngsters will try to stop anything that creeps or crawls or hops.
Oh, there's something living. Go kill it. I'm
Except
really full.
Mouse.
I have a...
Wait a minute. This time, it was a mouse that got away. A very clever mouse. No doubt of that. After all, he just outfoxed a cat. But now what will he do? Oh, God. Hey, everybody. Oh,
hey,
no, a fox.
Oh, it started with me.
You.
Fox you, huh? But now what will he do? Just who's going to outfox who? And this is when the fox barks and the mouse squeaks. Well, so far, score 1 for the mouse. And what's more, he'll challenge anybody in the house.
And that mouse got completely traumatized.
Oh my gosh. But it's so funny because these foxes, like, they're so confused. So brother's willing and knows exactly what to do. First, you grab him, then a shake or two.
Chomp.
But what comes next? Any suggestions? No. Oh, well, I guess you just let him go. And
that mouse is 100% going to die.
I know, but it just like hangs out. It didn't run away. Just like the fox took it in his mouth, shook it around, and they're like, I don't know, just put it down. It just kind of hung out.
It probably has like puncture wounds and some internal injuries. And like, wouldn't you just need a second to get your wits about you if you'd been held in a predator's jaws?
The mouse is going to therapy. It's next to the stream, you see.
They totally doped that mouse up a ton. It's like, I don't know, man, whatever. Well, hey, Fox, what's up, man? Where you been? And so, in this time of learning, many live to run away, and death can wait for another day.
Until the predators get opposable thumbs and guns.
That's right. The young raccoons are nimble-footed now and strong, and they've long since entered the second phase of their training. Mother's teaching them to forage for themselves, and this is a hunting trip. But it so happens that not far away, a family of skunks is also faring forth today.
This scene is pretty fantastic.
And this can only lead to confusion at the crossroads.
Those moms mixed up their little children.
Mm-hmm. The skunks are squealing and there's grunting.
Oh,
and if they could speak, then the raccoon would clearly hear that the skunk had a French accent and be like, you're a skunk.
Little Francois, come back. That is not your parent. It is me.
I'm not a raccoon.
Francois, you are a raccoon. What kind of accent does... Okay, I got it. The raccoon has a New York accent, of course. They'll be like, hey, Nikki, get back here. That's not your... What are you doing over there? Get over here. Those aren't your brothers.
You ain't no fucking Frenchy frog.
Hey, merde. That's a French swear word. You and your stupid bagels. I like to eat a croissant. Try that. You
chase some pigeons.
Yankee.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yankee Doodle Doo. Sacre bleu.
Yankee Doodle Don't.
Hey, whoa, watch it. Hey, guy, take it easy. Okay, we're both parents. Let's find some common ground here.
I'm practically
run away.
Here.
Scurry, scurry, scurry. And scene.
The skunks regroup, hold a council of war. But it's all over now. Everything's just as it was before. Well, not quite. Mother Raccoon has 3, all right, but not 3 of a kind. And as far as Mother Skunk, well, she drew the wrong suit too. You see, because 3 of a kind.
Yeah, dogs playing poker, but those are raccoons.
They got mixed up. Another scuffle, another shuffle, and then each family goes its separate way again. But for at least the fun is over, much too soon. He still thinks he's a part raccoon. Hey, how you doing?
I just want to take a moment and remind people, and if you haven't seen this movie, this is an actual movie.
Yep. Everything I'm saying is said in the film.
It is moving pictures, sound, cut together into a coherent, plot-driven story about
and I think if you
animals.
just close your eyes and listen to what I'm saying, you'll get the whole movie. Oh, this is your favorite part. In the varied diet of the raccoons, fish is a mainstay, and crayfish a prime delight. Mother demonstrates the right technique for angling, and now the youngster tries. But here's one little fisherman that's in for a big surprise. And this is when the crayfish grabs the raccoon's tail and it runs away.
It's not a tail. It's like a tiny little fluffy triangle. It's not even, it's so small.
But it runs away with a little crawfish hanging on its tail. It's so cute.
And there's no way that isn't staged. Absolutely no way.
It was not a real crayfish. It was like they took a clothespin and they wrapped a little crayfish body around it and just put it on the tail.
Poor little kid.
Fun fact, Roy Disney was one of the cameramen.
Oh. I know that Byworks did some animation.
Oh, yeah.
And what animation it was, huh?
Mm-hmm. Born on a gentle wind from the lower valleys, the seeds of the cottonwood fall like a summer snowstorm on Wildwood Heart. With the passing of the summer days, there comes a time of adventure as nature awakens in her young a sense of independence.
I love this movie so much.
The time of adventure. By the way, we've seen Perri a total of 4 seconds in this movie so far.
We know what
right, yeah.
No. Perri is a Kit Kat.
Who cares?
Ooh, there's barking, yelping, and barking. The time of adventure brings the little martins from their hollow tree to rehearse their predatory skills with mock ferocity. In contrast, the squirrels are creatures of purest joy. To them, the time of adventure is a time to play. And so begins a treetop circus, an aerial ballet. A magpie.
Squirrel A.
And I'm seeing this as being like the equivalent to like the Brady Bunch doing their like potato sack races.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just like, look, we're the fun family.
But then a magpie, on thievery intent, presents a pointed argument that stops the show. And then there's some cawing and chattering.
Cough. So I went to the grocery store the other day.
Then she boldly takes her time, adding one more pine cone to a life of crime.
Oh, pine cones.
Magpies are thieves. Once the magpie's gone, it's on with the show. Well, come on, let's go. Eager for any kind of playmate, Perri sees the little hummingbirds next door. To protect her precious chicks, Mother Hummingbird flies into a fit of fury. She knows that fur and feathers just don't mix. This is like, I almost wrote
Tell that to
it's like Birdist.
Tell that to the fashion icons of the world. You know, fur and feathers.
Totally. Yep.
Put that on the runway.
You're a teeth barber.
Look, I know we don't have a ton of listeners, but I really want people.
This is going to do it. This is going to totally turn the tide.
To use the phrase "fur and feathers don't mix" as whenever you possibly can.
Ooh, that's our T-shirt,
right?
Fur and feathers just don't mix. Audrey, Dan, and Jimmy.
People are going to think we're like part of PETA or something.
Totally. Let them think it.
Okay.
It sounds it sounds like anything that you want to put, any meaning that you want to put on it, it will totally accept as the meaning.
It could be mixed racism. It could be anything.
Oh boy.
Well, it could be about animal rights. It could literally it says the least while also saying the most.
It could be French and Brooklyn people.
Yeah, it could be anything. Yeah. Absolutely anything. It's just whatever the viewer brings to it is what it is. It's like when I did my friend Derek and I did a ridiculous performance piece in college where we're like, we need some kind of a visual that makes people think that what we're doing is actually meaningful when it wasn't. We were just like, what if we just project a picture of the continent of Africa? And immediately everybody will think something means something because
that's what humans do is they assign meaning to things.
Right. And
that's all we're supposed to do all the time.
Right. And to drive the point home, we titled it all I said was prostate, meaning that like I didn't say anything. I just said a word that makes you think that something's there. Fur and feathers don't mix is exactly that. It is all I said with prostate.
Yep. And it goes on. Maybe she's right. So Perri sets out to find someone more her kind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now let's see. Anybody in this aspen tree? Yep, there sure is. Do you know what's in that aspen tree?
Wood?
Flying squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh, that such a thing should happen to a daytime napping flying squirrel.
That poor squirrel. It's a
squirrel.
He's getting out of here. Perri is very much impressed. What a perfect way to travel. It looks like sheer delight. She simply has to try this for herself. Oops. Don't have the takeoff time just right. We'll try again.
Oh.
Now, with perfect confidence, Perri takes the air, but when she spreads her wings, they just aren't there.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so Frank, I built this slingshot. You could just put the squirrel.
Oh no!
And by the way, the fall shot, it's easily 400 feet. Like, she falls forever.
Oh no!
Although she lands unhurt, this is the
one we see land.
That's right.
Fell under.
That one fell from a height of 1 foot. They just
landed on her feet. Yeah. Although she lands unhurt, this is the one place Perri's always feared to go. The dreadful world of Far Below.
I'm gonna try to get this one to land in the grill because I
lunchtime. And she has a right to fear. There are monsters here, and there's a giant bunny, like a face, a giant bunny face.
Oh,
covers the whole screen.
Yeah, now, I've never understood why bunnies are monsters.
Yeah, well, to a squirrel.
Yeah, but I mean, I know where they're going with it, but I don't know why they chose the rabbit.
Well, now what was that? Well, that was a ground squirrel. Perri's fear at once is gone. She feels there's a kinship here, a friend at last. He even lets her share his lunch, till Perri makes one small mistake. She eats too much, too fast. And then that squirrel, squeals her away.
It like chatters at her. There's a lot of squirrel chattering,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Just wait, Poro.
All right.
That's that.
Perri doesn't want to lose her newfound friend over just a little spat, and so she tries to make it up. But newfound friend, it seems, has taken in the welcome mat.
That's what you get.
Tree and ground don't mix.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Can't you see? They're all the same. They're all connected.
Yeah, but it's 1957, so
that's true.
Yeah,
they don't mix in 57.
Right. It's like how early Greeks didn't see blue because they didn't have a word for it.
I just
people
wish
watching this in 1957 are like, hell yeah. They don't mix.
Well, of course, it seems proper.
He's been around. He's from the air. They just don't mix. That's not proper.
You should stick to her own kind.
It's not been done before.
Then West Side Story comes out and just rocks the world. In this strange world of below, even the trees grow much too short. Just about as short as everybody's temper.
Mm-hmm.
That's when a bird tries to get Perri out of the tree.
Jeez.
Chirp, chirp.
So this is like the middle part of Alice in Wonderland,
or
everything is turning against her.
Yeah, or the part with Snow White in the forest.
Right. Now, this brings me to an interesting thing, because there happens to be a petition out there called the Perri petition that
Did you start
What?
So, as many of you know, Splash Mountain is getting turned into a Princess and the Frog ride, as it should. And some people from the Supreme Resort Group and myself have decided to draft an actual petition on change.org.
Oh my God.
The purpose of this petition is to formally request that Disneyland commemorate Perri, one of Disney's most delightful but underappreciated films, by creating a new ride in Disneyland's Critter Country. Mm-hmm. Then goes into the history of Perri, the book and the movie, and basically what we're trying to do, what Disney should do, is they should close down the Winnie the Pooh ride and make Perri ride. And it's interesting that you bring up Snow White's Scary Adventures, because they could just make the ride Snow White's Scary Adventures, but squirrels and rabbits.
Perri's Scary Adventures. Perri's Scary Adventures. I mean, there's
scary trees.
And by the way, Dan, this it's perfect that you're doing. I mean, throughout this so far, you've just led me to the very next thing that happens, because there can be a cameo because deeper in the forest, Perri comes upon a most unexpected and exciting thing. She catches a glimpse of the great forest king himself, Bambi.
Yep.
Dang.
So go on over to change.org, search for the Perri petition, put your name on it.
And Bambi can be in that ride. There's 2-for-1 princesses.
Yep.
Oh, wait, Bambi's a king. Sorry.
Yep. Nope. It totally works.
But one of Bambi's children.
Squirrels for it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he has real squirrels. They're jumping on people.
These animatronics are so real.
I'm all for it.
One of Bambi's children is drinking in the brook. Perri drops down for a closer look. The fawn is friendly. By the way, another Disney princess. And Perri senses this, knows she won't be harmed.
Cute. They're
But now,
so cute.
in the distance,
together.
a clamor grows.
Oh.
And soon becomes a wild alarm. Somewhere in the wildwood heart, a killer's on the loose again. They're squawking, ravens cawing.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? 999 That's ridiculous.
Blind to all except her homing instinct, Perri comes at last upon her nesting tree and finds catastrophe.
Ugh.
Mother, sister, brothers are all gone.
They got eaten.
Not
alive.
one is left. Not one.
Oh my gosh. And they show the foaming blood trickling out of the marten's mouth.
I think it's a raven.
Oh.
Evermore.
Well, what I'm realizing now is more and more that this movie's a little bit of that whole monomyth thing, Lost Journey, Test Return.
Yes.
You've got the loss of the family, and she kind of travels symbolically to the underworld when she travels to the earth, down in the danger zone.
Yes.
And then, she journeys and, we'll get to those parts of the plot next, but
now, as a matter of fact, and now it's Perri's turn to look upon the face of death. Perri dashes for the brook. By the way, there's a raven cawing and the martens growling. Perri dashes for the brook. The ruse succeeds, for here's a barrier that makes the marten pause. She hates the water and never swims, except in direst need. And so Perri's safe again, but not for long. The wildcat decides to wait. He senses that his prey cannot escape. But now Perri hears a voice much like her own, and very near. This is Porro.
Hell yes. Porro is the man.
He's noisy, brave, and brash, and quite often very rash. He considers this his sovereign
He has a rash?
domain. Yes.
Oh.
It's very itchy. It was scratchy. It's just like never mind.
Then
we hear
Porro is awesome. Porro's awesome. He's got 2 homes. First of all.
Okay, yeah, but neither one of them has anything on the walls. It's like completely bare. There's maybe a Pulp Fiction poster up in one of them, and it smells like gym socks. Right. He's got Porro, a couple of Yankee candles isn't going to make your place smell any better. Cleaning will.
He's got a lot to learn, and I think
okay,
Perri
sure, yeah.
Can, help him embrace his.
Sure, yeah. Perri has to do it. She has to pick up the emotional labor of teaching Porro how to live as.
He doesn't know that he loves Perri yet. I mean, he hasn't gone through that. I think that Porro is he's like the guy who if your sister is dating this guy, you're like, okay, I'm really glad she found this. He's kind of rough around the edges, but he knows how to take care of business. He's got a lot to learn still, but he's going to figure it out.
He's going to protect her.
Basically, what I'm saying is that
this is the narrator's description. He considers this his sovereign domain, and he's out to rout this pesky cat.
Yes, he's entitled to it.
Right. Lead the foe in a merry chase, lure him up a skimpy tree, then shout insults in his face.
Yeah, no, Porro should be played by Idris Elba in the remake that's bound to happen.
Live action.
All
right. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
This is Poirot's strategy for wildcats, and it always seems to work. In the center of Poirot's private estate, there is an ancient log. It's called a midden. Here, many generations of squirrels have stored their food and hidden from their enemies. The litter of shells and husks around this log form the midden waste. And this, in turn, becomes a perfect place for hiding food supplies. Nearby is Poirot's private drinking pool, and bathing in this water source is frowned upon, of course.
Oh, he's got it all.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Being very young, Poirot has recently claimed this territory as his own. And so he spends much of his time collecting raw materials of bark and grass to build his bachelor home. His house is nearly finished, though. Just has to hang the door. The walls are firm. The roof is strong. In fact, the only weakness is the floor, which is when he falls through the bottom of his house.
Ugh, Poirot.
He still needs to get his Sin City posters framed.
That's right.
He doesn't quite have those yet, but will.
This would be a sorry plight for a less determined squirrel, but Poirot sets to work at once to mend his oversight. It takes some time for Perri to lose her lethargy of fear, but with the danger gone, she's aware that now she too is on her own. Obedient to natural law, which means, can't be alone.
Have you or a loved one recently suffered? Come to Wildwood Hard Law offices. We'll protect you.
We only obey natural law.
Have you been unlawfully evicted by a family of martins just trying to live? Well, come to us. We'll represent you.
In the court of nature.
In the court of nature.
Law.
In the court of natural law.
Please do not disseminate this email if it's not intended for your eyes.
Yes, you too can appear before 3 owls with diplomas and little graduate hats.
Coverage may not be bound or altered by leaving a voicemail message.
Leave your message at the beep. Or chirp.
Chirp.
Also, if anyone's figured out how to glue a pair of glasses to an owl, please tell them.
Are you in the market for beaver-sized hard hats?
Oh my god. Was your beaver dam full of asbestos? Mesothelioma.
So now I will protect you from the beavers that filled your lungs with asbestos. Call the number on your screen now. Se habla español.
I will fight for you.
I will fight for you with more passion than the words that I am saying to the camera with my mouth. Thank you.
Now,
see, Nissan loves you. Because, it's like the next ad that comes up on the TV.
Since we're doing ads, I feel like now is a really good time to mention that if you would like to send a message, or a loved one would like to send a message to anybody from a celebrity from the 80s, Steve Guttenberg is out there for as a cameo. And oh, yes. You can go over to Steve Guttenberg's cameo, and for a reasonable price, he will say, happy birthday. I don't know if he's going to sing or not. He will wish, he'll pass on whatever greetings you would like to pass on to the people in your life. Steve Guttenberg, please get in touch with them.
Yes. Spontaneous emotional response. So, listen, Perri, she knows her place. She's obedient to natural law. Right. She will not intrude upon the realm of Poirot. For the present, she will live alone. Not far away, Perri comes upon the ruin of a giant tree.
Yeah,
although the penthouse here is occupied by... Dan, who's it occupied by?
Oh, wait, hold on. Raccoon.
Yes, down below. And on the other side, Perri finds an ideal home. And by the law of Wildwood Heart, she claims it for her own. One look around and Perri's off in search of food. to the spotted skunk who has the basement flat. This isn't good. It's always been a quiet neighborhood. To be honest, Perri is not the ideal neighbor. Once she starts to chatter, there's just no way to stop her. And worse than that, she's a chronic cone dropper. And it lands on the skunk's head.
It bonks him right on the little noggin. He gets a noggin bonk.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, all you got to do is you got to get the arch. You got to get the, if you throw, look, you hit the cans earlier. Now you just hit the skunk.
Let me try again. Okay, almost got him.
Oh, you almost got it.
Oh, close. Are you filming? Here, let me get it. I'll get it this time.
We've stapled the skunk's feet to the floor. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Can't go anywhere.
They hate it when you do this.
Yeah, then
I think it's out of juice. It's out of spray. We've already tormented all the juice.
Yeah, then we hear the skunk squeal with the cone dropping on its head. But within the Martin's brain, Perri's image is fading fast. Still, she feels the need to overpass this brook, and now she finds the means. Perri's fate rides on the fickle current, but in the end, the Martin meets complete defeat. So this is the scene where the Martin's trying to cross the water and it falls into the water again. Yep. This is a theme, by the way.
Just learn to swim, you idiot.
Stupid Martin.
Dumb Martin.
I don't even know what a Martin is.
It's
Martin was a TV show that was on.
Can you imagine? Damn, Gina, I can't swim. We need to overlay this movie. It's hard. We just need to redo it and have all our voiceovers.
I'd love
Jerry.
that.
Hey, Jerry.
They hate it when you do this. They hate it.
And so Perri finds security at last, and perhaps in some vague way, she already senses that her destiny is fast entwined with her neighbor in the nearby tree, Poro, who still neighbors hopefully with this vast, unruly mess of moss and grass he calls a nest. The days grow short. A time of change begins. The air is crisp and cold. Nature...
I'm sorry. Just something Audrey said earlier about gym socks. It just hit me now.
Which part? The days grow short?
No.
The gym socks are his nest of moths?
Yeah, because it's like...
Gym socks.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, I got a bachelor pad now.
Check it out.
It smells like moldy shorts and gym socks and one like vanilla birch Yankee Candle.
This
Yankee
is
Candle.
Yankee Candle.
Babe, this is chicken cordon bleu.
It's a piece of chicken with a slice of ham on top of it. Oh, and I made some rice.
String cheese wrapped
Oh, yeah, I know how to cook.
This Salisbury steak is from the nation of Salisbury.
It's near Austria.
Let's watch Baywatch the movie.
So, yeah, you want to play hide the nuts?
This part is really pretty, though, in the movie. The air is crisp and cold. Nature points her trees with autumn hues, paints her trees with autumn hues, and all of Wildwood Heart becomes a symphony in gold. This is Act 3. Autumn is a time of preparing, and Poro, in a perfect frenzy of haste, is determined that not a single pine cone shall go to waste. Perri, too, is busy, gathering winter stores, and on one of these crisp autumn days, she goes beyond the limits of her own territory, deep into a part of Wildwood Heart. She's never seen before. So far from home, she gets confused, and to find her bearings, she climbs a tree.
Don't do it, Perri.
This simple act turns out to be a very grave mistake.
Yeah.
This is the grove of the crooked aspen.
Yes.
Crooked ass.
Crooked ass. The trees twisted and deformed by some violent and long-forgotten storm. To Perri, it's strange and frightening.
It's almost like the rainbow caves of trees.
Or like the vines outside of Maleficent's tower.
Ooh.
Totally, yeah.
Nice.
And then she gets on the ground and she sees a snake.
How did that snake get there? Like, what? Did they fly that in from Madagascar? I don't know. How can a big-ass snake like that exist in the middle of Utah?
Yeah, so
or Wyoming.
Couldn't have real animals in the Jungle Cruise, so I just have this snake. It's been sitting around. My kids are freaked out.
This is when my cat Sorsha walked out because it just wasn't believable.
Mm-hmm. Is it named after that Irish actress? Saoirse Ronan.
No, I don't know what she's named after. She's a rescue. She had that name. Yeah, she's my little girl. You? I love her so much.
My name's Sorsha.
Meow.
Oh, did you say Sorsha?
Yeah, Sorsha.
It's like I am Groot.
Yeah.
The snake's really not a threat somehow. I'm not sure. Perri senses this, and yet she takes no chances because the snake was filmed on a different set.
Wait, there were no sets to me.
Sorry, filmed in a different state.
Yeah.
It's just as well, for in Aspen Grove, death also dwells.
Oh.
This is a private hunting ground of the swift and cunning weasel. There's some growls. Perri has a small advantage in the tree. The weasel isn't quite as nimble as a marten. And Perri might elude her enemy, but now she takes a one-way path and puts herself in double jeopardy.
Daily double.
Then Alex Trebek comes on. That was weird.
Hi, I'm so strange. After Alex Trebek, a giant T-Rex showed up because, the stakes can't get any higher, but they do.
Don't worry, though, because after chatter, squawking, chirping, yelping, and screeches,
I'm not going to bother.
The goshawk's talons find the weasel. Perri is free.
Perri outsmarted a gosh darn goshawk.
Gosh hawk.
Just for the record, I thought of that before I started speaking, or after I started. Basically, I wasn't just trying to make the. So what I was trying to say is that Perri's a badass.
Yeah, totally.
And then I saw the joke,
or incredibly lucky. How many Perris do you think there were? It's like the 17th one that didn't
like
get
100.
Only one Perri.
The winds of late autumn, as though jealous of the lovely leaves, rip through Wildwood Heart and tear them in a golden fury from the trees. And these winds blow ill, far more than one. Far now down comes his castle. For now down comes his castle, Poro and all.
I'm telling you, Mother, my script will be a delight. And you will see it is out of sight.
That's right.
I love it, son, so very much. Won't you come and have some brunch?
I like this part. This was good. The winds of late autumn, as though jealous of the lovely leaves, rip through Wildwood Heart and tear them in a golden fury from the trees. I like that. That's good.
This was like the ASMR section of the movie because there's like a lot of wind noises, and like shoo, shoo, but better.
So yeah, then what it says, and I'm going to read this again because it's better if I read it right. And these winds blow ill for more than one, for now down comes his castle, Poro and all. Screwed it up again. Well, this time it's too late to try again, so Poro takes refuge inside his midden log. After all, it's well supplied and probably safer than his tree. Smells less like tube socks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, a squirrel...
For the Axe body spray.
That's right.
Swagger.
This is the part that like the ASMR. No, what is it? The ADR, like the Foley. There's a bunch of Foley in this part. Where he goes in like a squirrel could be very happy here. That is, if he enjoys noise. And there's like
some rabbits thumping, but it's like a pair of bongo drums.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's chirping and pattering continues and there's squeals. To get a foot in the face in one's dwelling place is bad enough. But when an amorous grouse uses your house to rehearse, that's worse.
Amorous grouse uses your house to rehearse, that's worse.
Yeah, and that was because it was practicing its mating. This is winter time. Yeah, mom spaghetti.
Sweater, spaghetti.
Already. Yeah.
What if Eminem wrote the script?
Oh my God, right? He was not born.
Oh.
Mom spaghetti.
I think my mom was born. My mom and dad were both alive, but they were babies.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
Did your mom make spaghetti in 57?
My mom makes really good spaghetti, but I always ruin it with a lot of hot sauce because I like hot sauce.
Hot sauce is good.
Yeah.
It's the raccoon. Oh, go ahead.
What kind of hot sauce for spaghetti?
Cholula or Tabasco? I like Cholula. Yeah.
Cholula's good. I like see, I'm a big believer that every hot sauce has a purpose.
Yes, me too. You can't just put sriracha on anything, you know? You got to think, you got to be mindful about your hot sauce pairing. Yes. Sriracha, sushi, sorsha, scorchadoo, my good girl.
All right, Dan.
So Cholula,
pepperoni pizza. What's the hot sauce for pepperoni pizza?
Just straight Tabasco.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah.
Have you ever put garlic honey on it on pizza? So good.
I have not.
Garlic honey or honey garlic?
Garlic honey. You ferment garlic cloves in raw honey for a couple weeks, and then you have this delicious elixir that you can put on pizza, and your mouth
sweet,
is just
spicy.
Like, yum.
Yeah. So it's the raccoon that decides it, though. This time somebody's got to go, and of course it's Poro. And so night finds Poro in his tree again, but unprotected now. And there's an owl hooting in the background. Poro squeals. Luckily, in a nearby aspen tree, Poro finds a warm, inviting nest. But before he even gets a chance to rest, there's a beaver chewing the tree down.
No.
Well, nowhere else to go. This is it. Look out below.
This was not staged at all. At no point was our characters the production hands saying, like, what if we take this hole that's in this tree and we set it up and we put the little guy in there, and they probably called him a little guy just to be cute. It's like, come on, little guy. Come on, little fella. We got a little peanut butter in there and some bacon because it's 1956-7, so whatever. We don't really know what you eat. And then just get in there. And it's like,
but this is under the guise of these are the same shot. I mean, the beaver chewing down the tree and the shot of Poro, two different things.
Yeah, but it's film editing. You can just cut together whatever footage you want, and then like a plot forms. Oh, I see. Sorry.
And so for poor, proud Poro, there remains but one alternative. Although he is by birth a treetop dweller, now must he live all winter long beneath the earth. Now through many days and nights, nature, grand mistress of design, redecorates her stage in white. And with each dawn, another time of beauty lies upon the land. At first, this is a time of silence too. But as the morning sun,
Can you we have to stop there, because the line at first, this is a time of silence too. The sound in the movie gets real weird, and it sounds like there's like a crazy echo, and it was like, whoa, it felt very trippy while I was watching it.
Yes, just
wait. I didn't catch that.
Just wait. The trippy is just about to begin.
Right. And I'm going to unironically say that if you really want to get the most out of this movie, don't listen any further, because what's about to happen is insane, and it's way better if you don't know that it's coming. Okay, go.
Okay. For Perri, with her stare of winter food, winter is a time of waiting, but not for the marten. Indeed, this is her time of greatest need. The snow provides a cover for her natural prey, and to allay her thirst for blood. She's in a constant frenzy. Still, Perri feels quite secure and out of reach of the sun. She joins her friend the mouse, the winter tenant of a robin's empty house.
The same mouse from before.
Birdhouse! A cute little mouse in a birdhouse.
Friend.
Just one look at this tempting meal across the brook makes the marten try her luck once more. On the water's whim, Perri's fate ride once again, but this time too the current turns the marten back. Nature has many designs for winter living. Squirrels are semi-hibernators, which simply means they eat a little, sleep a lot. And in Perri's case at least, have the oddest dreams. This time, the dream begins as Perri hears an eerie but familiar sound. There's the owl. And then an ancient enemy appears, but soon the vision fades, dissolves, becomes but one small part of a winter fantasy in wild heart.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. The dream sequence.
This is the dream sequence.
It is a squirrel dream sequence.
Yes. Okay, so here's the first thing. This movie is, I mean, if you take it at its, if you take it at face value, it's intended to be, I mean, they call it a real life fantasy, but for all we can tell, it's intended to be kind of a true life, actual documentary about
life adventure, yeah. True life fantasy. So it's a true life adventure.
Up until this point, it's a documentary about
so far
animals.
It's plausible. It's at least plausible that, okay, the intent of this movie is to show the life of a squirrel and all of her woodland creatures, including Bambi. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking maybe, okay, well, maybe Bambi is just included for the kids because it's a Disney movie. And then you get a goddamn dream sequence, and it's a squirrel. My God. Squirrels. We get to watch a dream of a squirrel.
This is where Works comes into play.
I guarantee a young David Lynch was watching this movie.
Oh God.
He was like, Mother, I found my calling.
A couple of highlights from said dream sequence. It starts with an owl's eye, which then fades into a moon. So the eye becomes the moon.
Nice dissolve.
Flying squirrels give way to snowflake crystals, which shatter into an owl. A bunny magically appears. Oh no! Other animals appear from snow and play out their winter scenes.
Animated snowflakes.
Yes, then they disappear. By the way, I wrote that. That was not narrator.
Wow.
Nice. Well done. And the owl's coot call, whatever they're called that they say, the thing the owl says in the dream, I'm pretty sure it's played backwards.
Well, they did some reverse footage too that was really trippy, and I really don't like it because I don't know, it was just too obvious. It was kind of unnerving. They like. I said,
what if there was a little man who was dancing around in the snow?
What if the snow looks fake as hell? It honestly looks like they covered a set in a bunch of fake snow and then like tossed a few owls around and like a flying squirrel, and then shot all of it and then called it a day. How is this a real place? Am I crazy?
No, the movie is, not you.
I think we lost.
Any more about the dream sequence, Dan, that you'd like to highlight?
Well, there's the.
By the way, this is a squirrel's dream sequence.
We're watching the dream of a squirrel.
Where are the nuts? There should be so many more acorns and stuff.
So many rabbits.
Oh, Poro's coming. Don't worry.
What do you think a dog dreams about? Dogs probably dream about running and chasing things.
Mm-hmm, totally.
And eating.
Black and white. Yep.
There's none of that in this dream sequence.
I think they dream about like what their life would be like as a human. And it's probably like some weird sitcom where it's just like, well, I would probably work in a factory somewhere.
But oh no, I forgot my pants. And the test is today.
Oh God.
Good thing I'm a dog.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's this is very much the Oklahoma Dream Ballet sequence.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
from snow.
Yeah.
Just like, and there's rabbits.
There is a lot
Sprinkle,
of love
sparkle.
put into this. And I don't know why it's there. But
it's not as long as the Oklahoma Dream sequence. It's actually rather short.
It made this movie. This is the best part of this movie because it's so unexplainable, unexplainable, inexplicable, ridiculous.
It is this. The dream sequence is the creamy center of this Twinkie that is a movie. It's like, because I remember watching it. Because you're watching this movie and you're thinking, like, at no point are you thinking, yeah, there's probably going to be a dream sequence or something.
No.
At no point, because it's a documentary.
It's presented so far as a documentary, basically.
Mm-hmm. It's like that moment in Interstellar when you see Matt Damon and you're like, what? Matt Damon's in this movie? And then part of your brain kind of goes, well, they never said Matt Damon isn't in this movie, so I guess you still never fully recover. And the whole time you're like, that's Matt Damon. Why is Matt Damon in this movie? It's like, it doesn't take anything away, but you're just like, I didn't know. I wasn't ready for Matt Damon. This is what this is. It's like, I'm sure it's in the book. I'm sure it makes sense.
What a twist, eh? Yeah. Like, now that when you put it that way, it's like, the movie never said that the Titanic wasn't gonna sink or something. Like,
right?
Or like,
it's not like at the very beginning, Walt Disney's like at his desk that he was always at, where he's just like, in this movie, we are not going to have a dream sequence. Enjoy.
So, at least we can say it's not predictable. It's a good watch for that reason.
It's like, it is just, even when you know it's coming, it's jarring. I've watched this movie. It's so conservatively more than 10, less than 20 times. And every single time I'm like, oh yeah, there's a dream sequence about a squirrel. And it's a squirrel's dream that I'm watching.
It just really makes me feel just like a squirrel.
Well, I'm happy to tell you both that we're very close to the end. And I realized I had duplicated 3 pages of stuff, so we're real close.
Yeah, we're this
is
Act 4. After the dream sequence, the winter passes.
Because there is a dream sequence.
Yes.
Dan, hold on. I just want to say a quick, I'm going to apologize in advance for all of the swears.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so the winter passes and spring comes again to Wildwood Heart and to the mountain meadow. Of all of nature's many times and seasons, this is the happiest, for this is the time of together.
AKA fucking time.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make life more difficult for myself and say, this is a straight up song.
Yep. You gonna play it?
But missionary only.
Right. So there's a song that plays, and this is not the original version. It's the Jimmy Dodd version with some other person, but it's very close. Oh wait, no.
While he's finding that, this is together time. One is too few, 2 is just right.
Oh my god!
Did I? Oh no! Did I do something?
I have it. I don't know what the tune is.
Hold on. I'm gonna edit this part out. don't know how well I'm going to be able to edit that, so I'm just going to say that we're back. And here's the song. This is a version that is, I think it is actually, because I had to download it in a frenzy just now. I purchased it
with money.
I made this myself, and I think it's the original song, but it probably includes a narration from Jimmy Dodd.
Finally, spring came again to Wildwood Heart, and all the animals chose their mates.
I just said that.
For this was the time of together.
Here we go.
Perri and Porro, like all the others, fell in love and met on an old log. Porro sang a little love song, and Perri sang right back.
So this is if Wonder Bread made like a song, it would be this. And apparently this is Perri.
Oh my God.
Happy Hours, good for them.
I do enjoy picturing Perri in a little, like, cocktail dress. Hey,
I bet you do.
Little microphone.
That's right.
That's right. No matter.
But no more than that, because that's wrong and it goes against nature.
Right.
God.
Man and woman only.
All you animals, you read your Bible that we gave you.
Come.
Hey, Perri, did you hear that? I'm gonna touch it. Come on.
Frogs croaking.
So.
So stupid.
And we see all the animals frolicking.
Oh my God. Yeah, all them frolicking, but no actual, copulation.
Yeah, we don't see Perri and Porro.
No, because, kids are watching.
Right.
So they have to understand that it's together time.
Clearly a film made for children.
Well, Mommy and Daddy haven't had together time in ages, and Mommy's fed up. Daddy's getting his together time with another person.
Daddy's having together time with his bowling league. Mommy's gonna have together time with this glass of Chardonnay.
The world had never
Where's
been
my
so
shard?
Then, all at once, just as Perri and Porro were about to touch noses...
Right. To touch the tips.
Oh, jeez.
Tip, babe.
Just touch my tips.
Babe.
Hey.
Babe. Hey, babe. Come here.
What's up, babe?
Just two. Two's just right, babe.
Do you smell anything special? I put it on something.
Babe.
It's called fire. It's
put the towel down.
Don't open that trunk. Don't open that trunk.
Babe, what's in here?
My mom's ashes is in there, babe. It's just don't. It's fine.
Is this a strap on? Babe, what the heck?
Babe, pizza's almost here. I need you to just like watch outside the window. And
Babe.
Do you want me to clean you up or anything? You good?
Babe.
Babe, let's we can watch.
All right.
Watch Sex in the City or something. Just don't look in that trunk. Nothing. It's nothing.
Babe.
Babe.
The time of day.
I feel like I want to find another tree and like
totally gonna get a bigger tree. It's gonna be totally high up.
Look. I know you don't care about this, but like
You're I don't.
I want to no,
but I'm gonna
babe,
keep listening to you because you won't stop talking.
When I make it into junior varsity, well, I just wanted to mention that I was going to get into junior varsity.
Okay, sure. That's not impressive at all, but
babe,
go off.
Babe, your support, it's going to get me there. And like, I mean, you let me copy your notes from science class. And that's so cool. That's so cool. Babe, where are you going?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Babe.
Oh, hi, Steven. How are you?
Steven! Damn it.
Oh, sorry. I bonked my microphone with my glass of water. That's not in the movie. Oh, what kind of animal is that? A robot?
Is this podcast having a dream sequence?
That totally was our dream sequence. Okay. The time of together comes to every creature in Wildwood Heart. And so, on one of those bright spring mornings, Perri awakens, towel at her side, with a new awareness in her breast.
In her tit.
With new awareness in her supple bosom.
Oh, God.
The barrier between...
for a second, I want to say real seriously, Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Aw, yeah.
Wait, it's not over yet. Wait, hold on. Wait. The barrier between herself and Poro have been withdrawn.
Uh-huh.
This
the hymen
Perri...
is broken.
This Perri clearly understands her time of together has come. Her moment of fulfillment is at hand. On the midden lay below, Poro also knows and pours his all into a soulful mating call.
Babe.
Perri speaks, and Poro's weak. Then she sees that he needs to be encouraged. So she leaves her tree to join him on the midden. Poro finds this close proximity even more unnerving. Of course, she is bewitching, and he would mention this, except he's taken with a sort of speechless twitching. Perri
She's not intimidating. You're intimidated. Okay, Poro?
That's right. Perri coaxes.
That's it.
And the bashful Poro would, of course, give in, but he never gets the chance. Because there's thunder clapping, fire, the dread destroyer, all wild thing fear. Perri, terrified, races for the safety of the tree, but in a forest fire, this is where the greatest danger lies. Poro senses this, tries to call her down. Now, driven by the flames, Poro too must seek a refuge. Now, the heat and smoke become too much to bear. Poro makes a desperate try. His winter home beneath the ground, there may be safety here. But for Perri, every hope, it seems, is lost, as all of Wildwood Heart becomes a seething holocaust.
All the fluffy, soft things. No.
Just in time, Perri breaks the grip of fear when nature, in another change of mood, sends down the cooling rains. The mountain wilderness is spared. Only Wildwood Heart will wear the mark of fire, and this too in time, nature will repair. It's no surprise, of course, that Poro rises from the ruins, safe and sound. He sees the desolation all around, but doesn't wait to mourn or meditate. He hurries straight for Perri's burned-out pine tree snag.
He's gone.
He has no feeling of alarm, no thought of what. Babe, you in there, babe?
Remember when I saved you from that fire? Like, this is God's way of telling us that we need to like go to prom together. Okay.
Oh my God.
Like, look, I don't even care about Stacy. Okay, like it's you. It's been you this whole time, and I know that you don't really like Steven. I mean, so Rebecca in math class told me that the only reason you got with Steven was to make me jealous. And it worked, babe. Okay. I'm saying we need to go to Terror Under the Pines. Which is the name of the theme for our prom at our fourth.
But wait, you're wrong, Dan, because he has no feeling of alarm, no thought that Perri may have come to harm. If Perri isn't here, he will find her. Poro should have waited just a little longer, for Perri too remembers she has a rendezvous to keep.
I was just out with my girlfriends we were looking for
Babe,
dresses. We were at the Macy's.
You were worried. It's okay. I'm here for you.
Yeah, I was just at the Macy's.
I'm going to support you and love you forever, because that's like, we can go to prom. I'll get a limo. Like my dad's friend has a limo rental company. And I mean, it could just be, we could go with some friends, but I would kind of just want it to be us.
Guys, they haven't seen each other. They keep missing each other. You're not there yet.
Oh my God. We're terrible improvisers.
We'll do this part later.
We'll do that part later. She has a rendezvous to keep, and so she preens, prepares, and then sets out to find the midden log, quite unaware that all the while there's been a witness here, the bridge so long denied. And this time, the forest fire has supplied. Perri finds the midden log, but not her mate. And at this most untimely time, she calmly settles down to wait. Enter Porro, returning from his quest. Perri hears the warning, knows that danger is near, but where? One instant more may be too late. And so Porro, by the way, in English, means 1, a vegetable. 2, a marijuana cigarette.
What's the
2 meanings of Porro?
What language is it? Oh, okay, thanks.
In Spanish, either means a vegetable or a marijuana cigarette. That's what Porro means.
Okay.
And Perri means rock.
Huh.
And so Porro makes the utmost sacrifice. Though death may be the price, he will attract the marten to himself.
How brave.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me over here. I'm chopping carrots.
Perri sees and Perri knows. It is the kill. And now the moment after, never is the forest quite so still. Perri is aware of death. She is bereft and mourns her loss.
She's been in this movie, so of course.
Her entire family was eaten by a marten.
But it was the wildcat, by the way. There was a wildcat. It was the marten that the wildcat takes away.
Yeah, we all saw that.
Nor will Perri grieve for Porro very long, because you see, there is no need. He always could outwit that cat, and here's the living proof of that.
You sly devil.
Perri hears and feels within her breast
her tit.
a warm upwelling happiness. And so nature, in her wondrous way, writes the happy ending to our play.
Or the guy who wrote the movie does. What was his name?
Hold on.
Kyle.
What was his name?
The name of the
Kyle Johnson.
No, it's much more square than that.
Melvin?
Something like that. It's like Melvin. Let's see. Who wrote this damn thing? Perri, 1957 film. Yes, here it comes. Written by and narrated by Winston Hibbler.
Winston Hibbler. What a guy.
Perri, yep. Together time is the time to share. Together these happy hours beyond compare.
This sounds like that band that you told us about that was
totally.
3 sisters.
Yeah. So no hesitating.
Oh my God.
These happy hours beyond compare. All nature is waiting, so no hesitating. This is together.
Oh my God.
1 is too few, 2 is just right. Wonderful time in life. 2 is the thing, brightest of spring.
Help.
2 of everything.
Help. Please,
Let
someone.
come what may,
Help
it's
me.
together time. When 2 together, we'll always find.
Help. Get me out of
joy
here.
in the story of spring and
Help.
for this.
I'm over here. I just learned some scene work, babe.
This is
There's all these carrots to chop and all these dishes to dry.
Oh God.
Yeah, you really got to do something.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. The end.
Thank God. Woo.
That's Perri.
Yep.
I think we did well. I think
Would
we
you
did.
like to hear a review by my cat?
Yes.
Okay, here goes. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
The joy in the story of spring and glory.
Meow.
Or this is together time. Yep. Go ahead.
Meow,
One
meow,
is
meow.
to you,
Meow,
two
meow,
is
meow,
to
meow,
right,
meow, meow.
to welcome
Meow,
this wonderful time of
meow,
life.
meow, meow.
Two is the thing in the brightness of spring.
Meow.
Titties.
Meow.
Meow, 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 titties, Mr.
We need to go through anytime it says breast, or we just need to redub it. Supple bosom.
Yes.
Sweet, sweet titties.
So hard to edit.
Are we ready? So we finished the film, and for both of you still listening,
seriously, you need to watch this movie.
Yeah, you should watch it. And while you're watching it, I have just the drink for you. It is the Nut Brown Ale. The use of chocolate malt, Munich malt, and Hallertau hops give this beer a crisp, nutty finish. Peak Nut Brown is a delectable beer loaded with complex, differentiated flavors that don't overwhelm the palate, making it a perfect dark beer for food pairing. And food parrying. Movie parrying. The end.
Here's what we're having for dinner, guys. We're gonna eat some gorp because we're squirrels.
Good old raisins and peanuts.
Good old raisins and peanuts and chocolate chips if you're nasty, or whale meat.
What?
Because it's the largest mammal that humans can eat. Because we're, it just kind of a big skew to the whole oh no, there's a larger predator just behind them.
Right.
No, we can eat things bigger than us because we're people.
So as you watch this movie, where it's very likely that the filmmakers were tormenting these poor animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go
eating whale meat.
Find a whale and eat it.
With a side of manatee.
Right.
Perfect.
And just punch a baby seal in the face while you're
So while we're drinking our nut ale and eating our blubber, what are we listening to?
So because I genuinely love this movie, and
please don't play the Together Time song again.
Perfect.
No, it's this is a song by David Byrne and Brian Eno. It's called Strange Overtones. And in it, it's kind of a song about a person who's hearing somebody work on some music in the apartment next door. And he's kind of encouraging, there's some lines where he's just like, yeah, what you're doing is a little bit flawed, but I believe in you, that I feel a connection to you through me hearing you figure this thing out. And it goes a little something like this.
I like David Byrne. Oh,
the Perri and Poirot kind of being next to each other the whole time.
It's together time.
Because it is a love story, and Perri is a Disney princess. And yeah, I could have cut this down, but the internet guy was here.
Yes, I love this song.
I like it.
And this is where you insert the squirrel sound.
This is the music that we play in our new bar concept called Wildwood Heart.
Right.
Totally.
Located downstairs from our studio,
which we own.
Scraping the Vault studio, which we own in Burbank. And all the shows meet together in the Wildwood Heart Bar and Grill.
You mean shows like Ears Up? Ears Up in depth.
All of the bartenders wear campers outfits.
Right. And we employ them. and we also will allow the Star Wars podcast, Best
Banter, Beskar, and Bantam.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Supreme Resort.
Yeah, they'll be there.
Yeah.
And Dumbo runs the valet for your car.
Right, because they're Joe Biden's going to close down Disney World in a matter of days.
Well, he'll make it free for everybody.
Right, he'll close it and then make it free. So yeah.
Yes. Well, we've officially pitched the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this movie?
I love it.
I think I'd watch it again.
I would watch it again.
Yeah, I would.
have to say I would watch it again, and I would
not
probably enjoy it so much more.
It's so much fun to watch it with somebody for the first.
I think once the plague is done and we can be together again, I think the first thing we do before we record live, the next whatever live we do, we watch this movie.
Yes.
And then we do another episode of Perri. Having watched it again, we redo the show.
So, yeah. And so I think if we are going to have a sequel for this, and I know I'm not sure if either of you are prepared for this, but I'm thinking,
and
Perri,
in every way, I am not prepared. Sequel to this movie.
I'm thinking
It'll be
Perri,
a dream sequence within a dream sequence.
It'll be 90 minutes of dream sequence.
Here we are. Perri and Simba get married.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Because Simba has seen tragedy. Perri has seen tragedy.
Perri, the immortal one, has seen tragedy.
They connect.
Mm-hmm.
And Poro's cool with it. Because, like, the whole squirrel thing.
Babe, it's cool, babe.
Babe, it's fine.
Babe.
He's a bachelor now. Once they have together time, we established at the outset, he's a lifelong bachelor after that.
It's just him in his gym socks.
That's right. Scarface poster.
Posters.
Eating a whole pizza by himself.
That's right.
Babe, this is the Criterion Collection version of Scarface.
Oh, God.
I bought 5 of them.
Fight Club's my favorite movie.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah. I remember when I remember being that person.
You were that person?
This is a safe space. We forgive you.
No, there's a point in time in a person's life when, and I think most
man and a woman love each other very much.
Together time. Yeah, I get it.
When you watch Fight Club and you don't get that it's supposed to be like getting on the characters. Like,
there was one rule.
Just one.
You blew it. There was just one rule.
Oh.
And what have you done?
I did. It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does she
thanks,
sell that
Dan.
on Goop?
Probably. Her head.
It's my head in a box.
Put it in your vagina to work your Kegel muscles.
Oh, God. I was in Spider-Man?
Wait, Gwyneth Paltrow was in Spider-Man?
Yeah, no, she doesn't remember either. Don't worry. She was in Spider-Man Homecoming, and she doesn't remember. It was on Jon Favreau has that chef show, and they were like making food together, and he's like, remember when you were in Spider-Man? She's like, I was in Spider-Man. It's the end. It's the end thing. Anyway, we invite you to listen to all those other shows we've mentioned. Also, check out Disneyland.com. Disneyland is a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool, attraction posters from the mind of Walt Disney, famed, and his brother Rob. No more coin, Wald. No more coin.
Childs.
And also listen to Spectral Radio, spectralradio.us. Follow Jeremy at spectral_radio on Instagram and Twitter. Contact us at jimmy@earsup-podcast.com. Tell us how much you loved Perri and what other films you'd like to see after Cats. What other films you'd like us to do commentary on that are not the straight-to-video Disney sequels, which we will, of course, return to in March. Also reach out to Dan at earsup-podcast.com. We've had some submissions for our churro shirt. So far, we've had some good submissions on that. And for Audrey, just a homing pigeon.
sorry, I know we're wrapping up, but do we want to do some Perri trivia?
Oh yeah, we sure do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, and you can reach me on a transcendent astral plane.
Are you on Instagram?
I am.
Actually, yeah, you're
at
Scraping the Vault. At Nerdry on Instagram and also Scraping the Vault.
That's right. Yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Okay.
Find her. All right, Perri trivia.
Name at least 7 birds that appear in the movie.
Oh,
like by name or by species?
Species.
Raven.
Raven,
Okay.
woodpecker,
goshawk,
owl, hummingbird.
David missed that one.
Yellow-bellied titmouse.
Not a bird.
Wind-crested whippoorwill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
owl.
A crispy jackal.
Goshawk.
We already got that.
I thought we got 6.
I got bluebird, raven, crow, woodpecker, owl, cardinal, magpie, hummingbird.
That's right, magpie. Those thieving bastards.
Swan, mallard duck, bluebird, mockingbird, and magpie. We listed a second time.
That's more than 7.
And bluebird was listed a couple times.
Well, those were your possible ones.
Okay. We just had to get 6 out of the 12.
Yeah. Okay. Name at least 2 predators from the movie that find prey.
Martin.
Oh, the one at the end that gets the martin.
Bobcat.
No, it was
well.
Okay, bobcat and wildcat. Owl.
Oh, my fridge just went on. Do you hear that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, sorry about
that. I got goshawk gets the weasel.
Goshawk gets the weasel.
Name at least 2. Okay, Audrey, this is yours because Jimmy has it in front of him. Okay. Name at least 2 of the seasons, as in like a time of what?
Oh, a time of learning and together time.
That's right.
Does that count?
No, it totally counts.
Great.
All right, that
was it.
That's good.
David.
I liked that.
Yeah. There's more, but we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, let's.
All right. Final question. Mm-hmm. What is the joy in the story? It's together time. All right. The joy in the story of spring and its glory. This is together.
Help! I guess this is my payback for all the annoying baby talk and squealing I've done for every baby mammal that appeared on screen. This is your payback
for cats.
Oh yeah.
How do you know you don't? How do you know you're not gonna love it?
I think we know.
I mean, James Corden, who's in the movie, hasn't seen it. Still
James Corden doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
James Corden doesn't like a thing that he's in.
Hasn't seen it. And James Corden loves everything.
This is a man whose main source of humor or comedy is yelling people's own jokes back at them.
No, please make it stop.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, we love you.
Oh, wait. Be kind, rewind.
But that too.
Together time is the time of year when winter's over and spring is here.
It's so worth it. It's magical.
That's just ridiculous.
Dumbo picks up your car with his trunk, his very strong cartoon trunk, and he flies you to the nearest parking spot.
I don't believe Dumbo would be employed by Disney.
Dumbo is employed by Disney.
As a matter of fact,
that's referenced in the documentary Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I think Dumbo probably has great transferable skills. He could get into, I don't know, the FAA or something. Disney.
Yeah, sure enough. But after Dumbo drops you at your parking spot, then. But anyway, so it's like 10%.
His mom dies.
Oh no, that's Bambi. Spoilers.
Then Dopey.
Doesn't Dumbo's mom die too?
Dopey gives you no. She just is very sad.
Oh,
she
might as well be
spirit,
dead.
her spirit is broken, but she's still alive and able to perform for all the children who come to see the circus.
Oh boy, how tragic! I haven't seen that movie in a long
not for the children,
time.
Audrey. It's a happy ending for the children.
Oh, Dan. Oh dear.
And James Corden loves everything.